Have you ever felt like you were the only one who saw the storm coming? Like you were building something important, something life-changing? But everyone around you just laughed or rolled their eyes? That's a feeling as old as time itself. And it is at the very heart of one of history's most epic stories, the story of Noah and his ark. Imagine Noah, a man living his life, when he receives a message that seems utterly impossible. A flood is coming, a great flood that will cover the entire world. And his task? To build a massive boat, an ark, on dry land. Far from any sea. Think about the sheer scale of that project. We're not talking about a simple canoe. The Bible describes a vessel about 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. That's 1.5 football fields long, a floating fortress made of gopher wood. Sealed inside and out with pitch for years, maybe even decades. Noah and his family toiled. Every single day, they'd be out there, cutting wood, measuring planks, hammering nails. And all the while, the world went on around them. Business as usual. People were eating, drinking, getting married, completely oblivious to the impending disaster. You can just picture the whispers. The pointing, the jokes. Look at old Noah. Building a boat in the middle of nowhere. Has he lost his mind? It must have been incredibly lonely. The constant doubt, the public ridicule. It would have been so easy to just give up, to think, maybe they're right. Maybe I am crazy. But Noah didn't stop. He held on to his faith. This wasn't just about building a boat. It was an act of profound trust. He trusted the warning he'd been given, even when there was no physical evidence to support it. The sky was blue, the sun was shining, and yet he kept building. He was preparing for a rain he had never seen. And he wasn't just building for himself. He was preparing a refuge for his family and for pairs of every kind of animal, a floating sanctuary to preserve life. Then the day came. The final plank was laid, the last coat of pitch was applied. The animals, to buy two, began to make their way to the ark. Imagine the scene: lions and lambs, eagles and elephants, all walking peacefully into this wooden giant. The door to the ark was sealed shut, and then silence, for 7 days. They waited inside, and then the first drop of rain fell. It wasn't just a spring shower. The Bible says the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of heaven were open. Rain fell for 40 days and 40 nights, relentlessly. The small streams became rushing rivers, the rivers became lakes, and the lakes merged into a global ocean. The water rose higher and higher, covering the fields, the towns, and eventually even the tallest mountains. Everything Noah had been warned about, everything he had prepared for, was happening. The world outside was in chaos, but inside the ark, there was safety. The very thing that had made Noah look foolish to the world was now the one thing keeping his family alive. The laughter had been silenced by the rising waters. The faith that seemed so misplaced was now their salvation. This story isn't just an ancient legend about a big boat and a lot of rain. It's a powerful reminder about faith, preparation, and courage. It teaches us that sometimes the right path is the one that others don't understand. It's about having the conviction to act on what you believe, even when you're standing alone. Noah's story shows that true foolishness isn't preparing for a storm no one else sees. It's ignoring the warning signs until you're already swept away by the flood. It reminds us that faith isn't about seeing. It's about trusting enough to build, even on a sunny day. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that dives deep into the stories that have shaped our world. See you next time.